What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new season of the Dolphin Chronicles. This is actually our episode 2 version. Your boy Johnny Cruz couldn't make it here last week. Apologies. Life, as we all know, happens. But the guys held it down for me for a week
Yeah, we
for the
did.
first episode of season 2. It is the preseason, so we're working out all the kinks, but we got some cool graphics and a lot of cool stuff that we want to do. We got our super producer down there at the bottom, of course, who's been holding it down and setting everything up for us. I am Johnny Cruz. I am part 1/3 of the trifecta here of Dolphin Chronicle people. Um, what's up, people? What's going on? Alejandro Zanca Batillo and my boy
Yeah,
Byron. How you guys doing?
we're good. We're good, my friend. Just excited about the new season. Like week one can't come early enough. Like they've already announced that we're gonna be facing Daniel Jones. I mean, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Um, so no, I'm pumped. Yeah, it's preseason week 2 for us too. We made a couple depth chart adjustments. Some guys are gonna get a few more snaps than others. Last week, Mark got a few looks, got a few reps, and he came in the clutch. So
Nice.
now our boy Johnny back in the hot seat. I don't know if it's as hot as McDaniel's, but it's hot. So yeah, let's go.
Yes, very excited for the season. It's been a long time coming, but at the same time, holy shit, it's here already. You know what I'm saying? We're what
Yeah,
10, 11 days from opening day, a week from this coming Sunday. And like you mentioned, Daniel Jones gets the nod over Anthony Richardson, who was the 4th or 5th pick overall, what, 2 years ago?
out of
Maybe three
UF,
years
out of
ago?
Florida. Yeah.
Yep,
Well, they knew
yep.
they knew it was a project, but like I don't know. I mean, it kind of feels like they've given up on him.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, he can't stay healthy. This guy's always injuring something. So
Yeah.
say his freaking his hand, his hip, his everything. This guy's hurt everything at some point.
Yeah, it's always it's kind of boom or bust with him too. I'm with
Yeah,
you, and they knew it was a project. I just don't think they went about it the right way to like develop him. They kind of threw him
sure,
into the
sure. I don't
wolves,
think they did him any favors. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, but whatever. It's Danny Dimes that we'll be dealing with. But let's go ahead and get on to the structure that has been put before us. We're
Right.
gonna break
Yeah,
down
we
the
are so
last
organized this season. It is like no, like we're serious. We have it's more visually appealing, so you see less of this and
right.
more like good stuff. Like
Yes.
dolphin plays and yeah. So we're excited, Johnny. Get it started. Let's go.
Absolutely. We're going to go over some quick game analysis of the last preseason game that just happened against the Detroit Lions. Mr. Zach Wilson getting the start for us. Under center, 15 to 20 of 23, 151 yards, a touchdown. Doing the usual Zach Wilson stuff, holding on to the ball too long,
Yeah,
late to the receivers, throwing it high behind the receivers. He's got the arm, he's got the athletic ability.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's between the ears, to be completely
Okay.
honest. But what are your thoughts on how
Well,
right now our number 2 played?
well, before we get into that, let's kind of recap. Let's recap the week.
Apologies. That's the whole structure thing that Alex was talking about.
You see,
And
that's right.
see, I
Get us back in
I
line.
already got a penalty flag. Look, they already threw a
Let's
flag at
recap
me.
the week
That's
and
illegal
go over that
formation.
scoreboard.
The Dolphin Chronicles Scoreboard! Scoreboard!
Well done. Apologies for that. Yes, we are going to be more structured, so we're going to go through the weekly scoreboard of the games that went down. So the super producers, they're setting it up for us, and as you can see, it is preseason,
Hey,
and
you
more
love
preseason
to
because
see it, bro. You love to see a big fat donut by the Bills. The Bears opened up a can of whoop ass on the Bills. Like everybody. Like there was
I
Damar
was about to
Hamlin
say.
Damar Hamlin couldn't tackle a freaking blade of grass. It was bad. It was so
Yeah,
bad.
it's pretty bad when it's 38-0 because that
No.
means that the 75th guy on the roster was beating your guys up
Oh,
just as bad as the guys that started the game. But it is preseason. But the Bears beat up on Buffalo.
Yeah.
The Broncos with a 27-7 victory over the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cincinnati with a 31-17 victory over the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
I think the Commanders
Joe
are going to be
Burrow
sneaky good.
almost lost his life early on.
Bro, like, and again, that's why I don't complain at a lot of coaches that don't want to play their starters too long. I mean, I think they need to get some kind of reps just to get their feet wet and get ready for the game speed. But you don't want your franchise guys out there too long. The Jaguars and Saints come to the infamous tie at 17 in their battle. Chargers lose by 1 at the Rams.
That Saints one was exciting, guys. The Saints made a push there late and converted on a 2-point conversion with Spencer Rattler to tie that one late. And the Chargers or the Jaguars rather had an opportunity late, but they threw a pick off of a deflection. So yeah, that one was fun to watch.
Yeah, that one, as I said, ended in a tie. The Rams 23-22 over the Chargers. Bucks with a field goal win over the Steelers. San Francisco beats the Raiders 22-19. Again, people, this is preseason, so do not stress it. There's Dolphin fans that are acting like, beating the Lions 24-17 actually means something. The Ravens beat the Cowboys 31-13, Giants 31-12 over the Jets. And like I said, our Miami Dolphins with a nice 24-17 victory. It was a fun game to watch. I ain't going to front like I sat there and watched the whole thing. It's preseason. Packers 23-19 over the Colts. Houston, where my boy Alex is at, or at least he's in the Texas area.
I'm close, yeah.
The Texans beat up on the Panthers 20-3. And Seahawks 33-16 over the Kansas City Chiefs. Packers.
Actually, that's a NFL preseason week 2, guys. I don't know, that graphic showed week 1, so that's okay. Yeah. Like I said, we're still in the preseason.
For all of us.
We're still working out all the kinks here on the second episode here. Again, it's preseason, so we're not going to stress ourselves as far as that, but we are gonna have we've been whipped into shape by our producer to make sure we stay on structure. So apologies for not going over this week's scoreboard. Is it game analysis time?
The Dolphin Chronicles Game Analysis.
Game analysis.
Nice. Okay, game analysis time.
I'm gonna take a back seat on this one a little bit because I didn't catch a whole lot of it, guys. I'll be the first to tell you I was running some errands on El Sabado. Had some stuff going on at work too, answering work phone. No, El Sabado.
Oh,
Sabado.
My apologies.
Like Sabado and Domingo.
Yeah, that's the Zonka and the Alejandro Bastillo.
But I said it like a gringo. But yeah, Saturday I was kind of tied up, guys, with a bunch of stuff and work BS. I even got a work BS call now. I ain't about to take it. I'm unavailable. Take a message.
Bro, I've learned we're not gonna turn this into a job therapy session, but I've learned that after I hit a certain time, I just have to turn my stuff off, bro. Because if not, it'll just go all night, bro.
It's not worth it, bro. You're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, you have to. There you go. For all football fans, Dolphin fans, period. Yeah, you got to have a good balance of life and work. We got to work. We got to work because that's how you survive. But you want to have a good balance.
Big advocate of the work-life balance.
I'm with you, though, Alex. I watched a bit of it. I caught some highlights on NFL Network, but I didn't sit there and watch the whole game. Again, it's the preseason, and I knew. But Zach, again, doing the usual Zach things. I think he has a lot of talent. He just, between the ears, I just don't think it's there. Then we got our rookie 7th-round pick, came in, trying to battle for that number 2 spot, 11-17, 116, and 2 nice touchdowns.
Made some strides, definitely, from week 1, for sure.
He is, and he, everybody's trying to, he has familiarity with the offense because it had some bits of it over in Texas.
Some elements for sure, yeah.
Some elements. So hey, I mean that's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? If anything, that's a good thing for our young quarterback. You would think somebody, Zach Wilson, who's been in the league 5 years already, was the number 2 overall pick. You know, he's got to be able to pick up an offense, but it's not the picking up the offense of him. It's just I don't know. Sometimes I just don't think he trusts what he sees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he thinks he's got strong enough arm to just get it there whenever he has to get it there, but it doesn't always work out. But I like what I've seen out of Quinn Ewers. He does need to get better with his pocket awareness. His internal clock is a little bit better than Zach Wilson, but that's not saying all that much, to be completely honest. This is the room that I'm so excited about. I ain't even gonna front as we go into our running back stats here. Ali, my man Gordon, is not going to be the number 2, Dolphin fans. I'm sorry. Jalen Wright is going to be the number 2 running back. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon wind up having more carries average-wise than Devon, because I think Devon Achane is going to be moving all over the place. So I think he's going to catch a bunch of passes as well. So there may be times. There may be times where you see Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright in the backfield at the same time. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by something like that. But Ollie Gordon, obviously a big kid, runs hard, 10 carries, 50 yards against the Lions. He's averaging 4.6 so far this preseason. Jalen Wright, not great, 4 carries, 3 yards against the Lions. He's only got 19 total yards this preseason. Again, it's preseason, people. So you can't really, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. I like Jalen Wright a lot. I don't know why he was underused last year, in my opinion, but I like having Ollie Gordon. I like having that big back. I like if we have to go for a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and inches, 4th and 1, you got somebody 230-something pounds back there as opposed to, $1.80 with Devon Achane soaking wet. So I think Jalen Wright is still the number 2, but I think there is going to be competition. What are your thoughts? Do you think Ollie can take the number 2 spot from Jalen Wright?
Yeah, from what I've seen so far, absolutely. I think the only lock in the backfield is Achane. We know that, right? So that number 2 spot is up in the air. And I'm sorry, from what I've seen in the first 2 weeks of preseason, call it what you may, right? It's preseason, but that's what those guys are out there battling for reps. And what I've seen from Gordon is far superior than what I've seen from Wright. Don't get me wrong, I like Wright as well. I think he's got huge upside. I think he can be a big game breaker too. He can. He can be explosive as well. We've seen that. We saw his what he did over at Tennessee, right? Tennessee is where he's at, where he came from.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've seen that. But right now I have Gordon the edge for the RB2.
Well, I mean, and the thing is that their styles are completely different. Ollie Gordon is the one cut type guy, which is perfect for this type of zone offense.
Yeah.
And Wright has all the tools, but I mean, he just doesn't hit the right hole. So I mean, yeah, you might be onto something there, man. That'll be interesting to see what happens. But I like having a different style of runner with Ollie Gordon as opposed to the smaller, faster backs of the
contrasting styles, right? We're known for our speed, and Gordon can be a bruiser, right? You saw him finishing some runs in the preseason and putting his freaking head down and running over people. That's what we're gonna need on 3rd and short and goal situations. What Madison was gonna be. I think that's Gordon's spot to take now.
Yeah, I think the one thing he's gonna have to shore up a little bit is his pass pro. That's where Jalen Wright kind of shines as far as his pass protection, and we got to do whatever the hell we can to protect Tua. But Ollie, people quickly forget. You know what I'm saying? He was up for a Heisman a couple years ago, you know what I'm saying? So he's got the potential there, man. He's got the potential there. I loved watching him at Oklahoma State
coming into last season.
Yeah.
I loved watching him over there.
Yeah, and he got a lot of, he got poo-pooed on. He didn't have the best season this past season, but that team was horrible.
That's a big boy horrible. That's a big boy conference.
That offensive line was horrible, and yeah, he was playing some stiff competition that was there solely to stop him.
Yeah.
We'll move on a little bit with some stuff here, some pass rusher stuff. We got some guys that are right on the brink of trying to make the 53, and then of course it was the signing of Matt Judon. Before we even get into the guys that are battling for those last few spots, and I like a couple of these guys. I like Grayson Murphy. I like Quentin Bell a lot. I had high hopes for Mo Kamara, even though he didn't see much of the field last year. How much of an impact do you think the Judon signing has for a couple of these guys to possibly not even make the squad.
I mean, I think it's huge. I mean, there's no secret. We've tried to get Judon before.
Yeah.
This is a guy that's familiar with Anthony Weaver's defense. This is a guy that is a leader, and he's shown that on and off the field. I think it's a great addition to the locker room, a great addition to the squad. If anything, it's going to improve competition. This is a guy who's seen success. He's a Pro Bowler. He didn't he lead the Patriots in fucking tackles like a couple years ago or some shit?
I'm sure he did.
He was up there, man.
That's one of my biggest things. Is I'm glad he's not going to be chasing Tua all around all the time.
Yeah, no kidding. This is a guy that's special. He makes special plays. He's got a nose for the football. He's around the football all the time, man. This guy knows what he's doing. He's a field general out there, and I love the signing. I really do. I hope he's able to elevate this linebacker crew that's already improved.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on that one. I've been a fan of his for several years. Like I said, I'm so glad we don't have to worry about him chasing our quarterback around anymore because he's just special at it. Yes, he's a little long in the tooth, but I think he's a perfect mix to go with Bradley Chubb and everybody. The only bit of pause, does it make you at all wonder, is somebody not ready to go quite yet, JP, or does it give you any type of pause that way, or do you think it's just, hey, we got an opportunity to get a good player here, let's get him?
No, absolutely. I think a little bit of both, right? An opportunity to get someone like that presents itself. I think it's important to act on it. But yeah, you might be onto something when it comes to, is someone not coming along as far as rehab the way they're supposed to, or are they a little slower than anticipated? Are they not going to be ready for week one? So that certainly creeps in to doubt. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited either way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think our front seven is going to be the key to us winning or losing this season.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be right back.
You go do it. I'll hold it down.
It might also open up the ability to trade one of the young guys.
That is a good point there, Byron. I didn't even think about possible trades of some younger pieces. That's definitely something that could be in the works. And there's going to be, again, Dolphin fans, we still got 10 days or whatever it is. There's still gonna be a massive cut after this last preseason week. So there's still gonna be some changes to the last few spots of this roster. So if you're enjoying watching Derek McClendon, Cam Good, Grayson Murphy, Quentin Bell, or Mo Kamara, just because they maybe don't play a lot in this last preseason game, which they should, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of them do make the team. I think we are going to be deep in our front seven. I think we have to be because of the lack of depth in our secondary. Some wide receivers that are battling to make the 53. D. Eskridge, that was a bad drop though that he had in that game. He did make some good plays on special teams. I like Taj Washington a lot. It sucks that he missed most of last year with the injury. We'll see if he can come back and grab one of these spots. I really like Theo Weiss. He was an undrafted free agent that we picked up. Eric Ezukama, to me,
I think Weeze is how they have it.
Is it Weeze?
I think so.
Weiss sounds better, but I'm gonna call him the way his name is. So Theo Weiss has made some plays. I like, he's got size. He's got good hands. I don't know how fast he is. That's there's a reason why he was an undrafted kid. Eric Ezukama, I had so much hype for him when he was coming in because of the big body.
What are your thoughts on Eric?
I'm almost over him, bro. Like the Kine kid is basically taking over the big slot.
Well, he's
receiver,
3,
which is what he's supposed to be, Eric Ezukama. So they basically signed a 25 or 26-year-old kid to play that position. So
Akine is 3.
Right, Akine is 3. I think Malik Washington is 4. Okay. I think he's going to solidify the 4 spot. I would not be surprised if Taj is 5. If they carry 6, Weiss could be 6. But I think they like Taj Washington a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if they go with 6 wide receivers, bro.
Eskridge, for return purposes, doesn't do anything for you.
Kind of, sort of, but we've got guys that can return. Malik could do everything Eskridge can do, and he's younger, and he seems to have caught on to the playbook a little better. I like his hands a lot better. Like I like Eskridge. He's got some wiggle to him. He can make plays in special teams, like you mentioned, but like that drop the other day, like I've seen him do that a few times already, and we've only had him for a little bit. So the fact that I've seen it a few times already has already kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I mean, you're talking about the last couple players on the roster, so they have to have some type of special teams to be able to make the team. That's what I think is hurting Eric Ezukama, is he's not a big special teams player. So when you start getting to the fifth and sixth, receivers, the last, few guys on the 53, if you ain't playing special teams, there's a chance you ain't going to make the squad. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I think they do carry 6 though, because you know how McDaniel is with his toys. So I think if they could find a way to keep the 6 wide receiver, I think they do want to keep in 6. What are your thoughts on that? You think they're going to just stick to 5?
I think if I'm building the roster, I stick to 5 and try to get as many offensive linemen on there. Mm-hmm. And if not offensive linemen, I think that if I'm only going to go 5, I think I value a pass rusher on the front 7 more than I do a 6th wide receiver.
Yeah, that's fair. And like I said, I think our front 7 is going to be the strength of our defense. It's going to have to be.
That's why I think the depth
because we got so much youth at corner, even though I said it on draft night, and I know people were like, "Come on now," I didn't see a lot of Jason Marshall, but he's got all the traits, bro. He's got the size, he's got the length. If they can mold that kid into a nice corner, I think he's going to be a good player, man. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. For Storm Duck to be holding on the way he is, props to him. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that cornerback room, because it's not going to be pretty. So our front 7 better do some work. So I might be with you there on that one.
So I want to know your thoughts on the rumor that wasn't true but is true. There were reports that Asante Samuel Jr. visited. Those reports were verified as untrue, that he was not in the building. However, I think that his camp might have been in the building. What are your thoughts on the possible getting him, and 2, everything that happened with his dad earlier in the offseason? And if you're not aware, I'd be happy to explain.
I think his dad said some shit about that he doesn't want him to play for the Dolphins, doesn't like the Dolphins or whatever, because he was a Patriot or whatever the hell. Something like that? To that extent?
So I think he called Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel is what I think that, and I'll look for it. While just give me your thoughts on acquiring him, and I'll look for the Asante Samuel.
Well, I mean, obviously he's got the genes to play the position. His dad, he's still young. He's still a young kid. I think he's 25, 26, coming off his rookie contract, which is the majority of the guys that we signed in free agency were right around that age group. We talked about that during the time, and I really like that. That neck injury, though, like the neck scares me, bro, especially when you're talking about football players. A lot of corners don't like to tackle as it is. So if you got one that's worried about his neck, I don't know. And then when you tell me that he didn't show up into the building that his camp did, but he couldn't show up, I don't know. Maybe we don't need somebody like that. And they just signed, not that this means anything, but they signed Cameron Dantzler, senior, former Mississippi State player, for our very own Terrell Buckley back in the day, a few years ago. So he's jumped around the league a little bit. It's nothing for Dolphin fans to get all ecstatic about. You know what I'm saying? They might recognize the name a little bit and think, oh yeah, no, he's all right. So it's a body. We'll see what he can do or whatever. They're giving people a chance because that's how thin it is at the corner position.
So I have the quote, and it said, "They're sensitive. There's no leadership in the Dolphins organization. Mike McDaniel's a pushover. Chris Greer, the GM, has no backbone. they're running this team like a little league team.
Well, damn. I mean that. I mean, I didn't hear any lies there. You know what I'm saying? To be completely honest, you know what I'm saying? As much as I love my team, I didn't hear any lies. So, but again, so that you combine that, and granted, that's his dad. That's not him. He can't control what his father says. You know, ask my kids; they know about that. But but between that right there, and then the fact that he didn't show up to the building for the interview or whatever, the meetup or whatever, he just had his group there. I don't think it's going to happen, and I think partially that would kind of rub me the wrong way. But again, that neck injury, when you're talking about the neck in football, that's a hard one to kind of just, oh, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like Chris Greer don't like signing injured players. So who knows what'll happen with that? But I think they're gonna go against the grain and just go with some young kids, bro. I think Marshall's gonna start. I think Storm Duck's gonna play a lot. I think they're gonna go young. I think if they wind up getting a Razoo Douglas or somebody that gets cut that was unexpected, that might have a little veteran presence to himself, I think if they have the opportunity, they will do that. But I think otherwise, it's going to be young in that secondary, bro, except for our couple safeties.
You think they trade for anybody with the excess?
No, because I don't think they trade for anybody, because I don't think they're trying to give up any assets with the way they handle free agency and stuff. I don't think. I really think either Chris Greer came to the realization that, okay, I need to be smarter with how I handle picks and how I handle money and contracts and stuff like that, or Stephen Ross basically told him, yo, you need to stop just giving my money away. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what he did last offseason by giving Tyreek Hill extra money, Jalen Ramsey extra money, and a couple other guys, and you know what I'm saying, it wound up biting us in the ass. So I don't see them, because I don't see a quality corner. I mean, if they trade for somebody's 40-something player, sure, for like a 6th-round pick or something crazy like that. But at that rate, why not just try the young kids and see what happens? Because I think it's nobody wants to say it's a rebuild year, but it pretty much feels that way. It's a reset type of season, so. We'll see what happens with that, but there's a lot of questions there. We got a lot of young players all over the field, and my favorite youngster, you know what I'm saying, as we continue on with the game analysis, the Lions did get a lot of pressure.
Game analysis, guys. It's a preseason game. Come on, let's move it along.
Well, we were talking. I'm just trying to keep the flow going with you coming on, because I definitely want to see this video that's coming up. But our offensive line only gave up the 1 sack. I'm not worried about it, because all our starters weren't in there. But I like our draft class. I love our defensive tackles that we drafted, especially our very first one. And I believe we have a graphic of Kenneth Grant making a play.
Yeah, a little clippy clip.
Yeah, this is Kenneth Grant. When he got drafted, everyone's draft clip of him was chasing down, I believe, a running back. So this is an example of the motor that Kenneth Grant has. There he is, as you can see. And then here he goes. Just, I mean.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Girl.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Look at that big ugly running down the field, baby. That's what I like to see.
Outrunning linebackers.
Right.
Corners.
Yep. And not for nothing, but I love the number 90 on him. I think he looks good with that 90 there.
Look at him.
I said it in the draft, and I said it on the LTS show. Shout out to the guys from Let's Talk Sports and Nick Botkins. I mentioned it there. I think he's going to be the better of the 2 Michigan defensive tackles. I think he's going to be better than Graham that Cleveland wound up taking. I think Kenneth Grant has the potential to be like a top tier defensive tackle in this league.
Cleveland? I thought he went to New England.
No. The Graham Marshall kid, the defensive tackle.
Thought it was like Mason Graham or something.
Yeah, Mason Graham. Yeah, I think he went to. Didn't he go to Cleveland? I think Cleveland drafted him.
So the
let's fact check that.
I'll check that now.
Well, regardless, I think Kenneth Grant's going to be the better Michigan defensive tackle out of those 2.
the quiet thing that was being said around draft time was that the reason why Mason Graham was, and he is in Cleveland, the reason why Mason Graham shined so much was because he was eating off of Kenneth Grant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting perspective there.
Yeah, the same argument was made, the other way around. So it's interesting to see how they'll both, develop and what they'll develop into. And certainly it matters who's around you, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of people were saying, "Hey, Christian Wilkins was eating because Zach Zealer was taking up and allowing him to eat." So, and now we see what Zach Zealer has brought since Wilkins' departure, and I mean, and that's beautiful, man. I just love to see our defensive front. It looks phenomenal. I am stoked about our defensive front. I think it's gonna mask a little bit of the deficiency we have in the secondary, right? Which I'm sure we'll touch on. But if you have a fantastic defensive front that can put pressure on a quarterback, and I've said this before, it's gonna make those maybe below average corners look a little bit above average at times.
Yeah, so, absolutely. As you mentioned that, we did talk about it a little bit while you were gone. I'm with you. I think our front seven is going to be the strength of our defense, and I think they will. If you can put enough pressure on the quarterback, that's how you win games in this league here. And it will help cover up some of our deficiencies in that secondary. Because I think, like I was telling Byron, Alex, I think we're going to be hella young at the corner position. So if our defensive front, Kenneth Grant, I love what I saw out of Jordan Phillips. I mean, he's absolutely immovable, bro. Like he is just a tree trunk right in the middle of that defense. Zeke Biggers, the last kid that we took out of Georgia Tech, has been showing some signs. Yeah. I really like the way that we went with size, and we talked about it during the draft. So I like this young draft class so far. Savaianea, I think, is going to be a good player.
I agree. And Jason Marshall got some kudos recently from Minka Fitzpatrick regarding his play.
Yeah, I just mentioned him right before you came back on that I think he's got all the traits. If he can put it together, he could be a surprise in that secondary. So we got that nice showing there. We mentioned Matt Judon getting the 1 year $6 million deal. I love that deal. You know what I'm saying? 1 year $6 million. That ain't nothing. It does make me wonder how JP is, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want him to rush like he did last year. You know what I'm saying? Like you already proved that you're a beast.
I'll throw it out there. Remember, there were some rumors about JP being offered as a trade to maybe get an elite corner.
Well, it's amazing how our minds link like that, because your boy Byron mentioned something about that while you were gone. So let's get your thought process on that. Do you see the possibility of the Dolphins? And of course, anything's possible. But if you had to give a percentage of it happening or not, the percentages of us possibly making a move like that where we give up on a young, possible dominant pass rusher who hasn't been able to stay healthy for maybe somebody else's young corner who hasn't exactly lived up to all the hype but shows a lot of potential. Would you be interested in a deal like that? Do you think that's something that can be done?
Oh man, yes and no. I like the idea. Certainly, there's concern with injury history on Jalen, but he's still very young. We know what he can do when he's healthy. He's an animal on the field, and I don't think we're that close to where we're a corner away from winning a Super Bowl. So that's where that kind of.
Well, why are we trading away Jalen? Why aren't we trading away the older guy?
Ain't nobody taking Bradley Chubb.
Hey guys, hold on. Again, another freaking work phone call.
All right. Well, while he handles his work business, Byron, I don't think anybody's going to trade for Bradley Chubb, even though his contract is really nice now because he took the pay cut, and I think he was such a company guy, not to make him sound bad in any kind of way, but he was such a team player that he helped them with the contract so that way he can stay here. I don't see that happening, but you'll get more for Jalen Phillips than you will for Bradley Chubb. You know what I'm saying? As much as I don't want to give up on Jalen Phillips because I agree with Alex, the potential is there. He was just starting to break out when he tore his Achilles against the Jets. He was going nuts in that game. So yeah, you see it there, and then when you line them up with what we just talked about with the defensive tackles, and then you got Bradley Chubb, Matt Judon, you got I like the inside linebackers that we picked up. I mean, this front has an opportunity to be great, but I don't think you'll get what you would want for Bradley Chubb like you can for Jalen Phillips. But would you? So you're not giving up on Jalen Phillips, I'm assuming.
I just think all of the positives that you said outweigh the negatives. The one thing I would say with Jalen Phillips, and it's counterintuitive, I guess. Can you stop working out? I think that
think he was too bulky.
Yeah, I think there's no meat on those on that body that can get him through the grind.
Yeah, so he was almost too big and not flexible enough.
Maybe not necessarily big, but he there's no fat, there's no meat. There's nothing.
There's no fat at all, bro. I think he's got like single digit body fat, bro. It's insane, bro.
Yeah, so you get me. Every hit he takes is on muscle.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, prone to injuries. I think if he ate a donut every once in a while, it really wouldn't hurt him.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Jalen Phillips and the possibility. I asked Byron the question about a possible trade. He thinks that they should.
I heard donuts. Donuts sound really good right now.
Yeah, actually, a donut would sound really good right now.
Cool.
No, I mean, I don't think any type of trade or anything like that's going to happen anywhere in the mix. We just gotta hope guys stay healthy, man. Like if our defensive front and our offensive line stay healthy, obviously Tua.
That's the name of the game, right? I mean, let's just stay healthy. It's all about which team battles injuries the best, or stays the healthiest, or has the most people step up, right? Obviously depth is an issue and a concern that we've had in the past. Remember, we were signing guys off the street for our playoff game against Kansas City in like -degree weather. We were signing guys that hadn't played in like 2 years or whatever the case.
Didn't we sign a guy that after losing went into the Chiefs locker room and celebrated?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Bro, why do you gotta bring up shit like that, Byron? Bro, that's not like super producer type stuff, bro. Come on now. I mean, I get it. You're the statistician type guy in the background too, Mr. Tony Reality.
That was the heckler in the back of the club.
Unbelievable. Adding salt to the wound. Yeah.
It's what he
ain't lying about it though, but some last bit of transaction news. Again, Matthew Judon got his 1-year deal. The offensive lineman guy that they signed, Yadni Kahuste, placed on season-ending IR 4 days after signing. Well, I mean, you didn't. It don't matter. We don't need to learn how to pronounce his name now. He's already on IR 4 days after signing. That sucks. Xavier Howard finally found a job with the Indianapolis Colts, so that'll be an interesting matchup. That'll be fun week 1. You don't think Tua and Tyreek want to go at his ass? I think they do.
For sure. His old fucking his old washed up ass for sure. We'll go after him. Let's go.
Tyreek puts him on season-ending IR.
Yeah, he breaks his freaking. He tears his ACL in his first go route.
Right. Well, now he'll pull a hammy and just come up lame and
he's notorious for the hammy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then one move where I was a little surprised that Stonehouse, the
me too. I thought Stonehouse and Bailey was a little closer.
Because it's not like Bailey's been really good the last couple of years. He's been all right.
And Stonehouse was a solid punter in his time in Tennessee.
Listen, you cannot have a turd on your team and bring in diarrhea to beat him out. You can't. This was designed for Bailey to look good and win the job. But Bailey's ass. So whatever.
I mean, I say we give Pat McAfee another shot at punting.
Oh my God! Bring the old giant punter, the guy who looks like Jalen Phillips. Was it Weatherford?
No, now the thing is the Australian punters, well, they just kick it and it just rolls for like 30 yards.
Yeah.
Oh my! Go get the former UM guy. The guy's tatted from head to toe.
Yeah. And he was also like not college age.
He was 36 years old. He was 36.
The guy was like married with kids and shit, bro. Oh, damn.
But no, I was a little surprised by that only because of his relationship with our special teams coordinator now. And I think he had a Pro Bowl season or whatever. But from what I've read and heard from the reporters around the team,
way Bailey holds the football for Sanders.
That's probably the majority of it, but I think they, from what I've been hearing and reading, Bailey was outperforming him in practice and in the preseason game. So they brought somebody in like Byron, saying perfectly said it. They brought in, a piece of crap to try to beat out another piece of crap. So they just kept their original piece of crap. I guess the crap is better than the crap you don't know.
Right. It's better than unknown crap. Like what you're getting with this crap. You don't know. That other one's literally a crapshoot.
Absolutely. All right. So that is our game analysis there.
That was a long game analysis.
Yes, it was. It was again, we're working out the kinks here. We're having fun. All right, so we're gonna jump into the fantasy players of the week. Super producer.
Yes, sir.
Dolphin Chronicles Fantasy Football Players of the Week.
We're picking players of the week already. People haven't even done their drafts.
No, I had my draft, but
you had your draft already?
Yeah, we had our LTS draft the other day.
What?
I couldn't. That's how rough it's been and crazy it's been with work. I wasn't able to be at the draft.
You auto drafted.
I had to, bro. I was saying I was working, and then
you probably got this guy
with the fan. Well, I'm sure I was getting damned the whole show. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. But right here we got Stetson Bennett the fourth. Like, come on, bro, stop that. The fourth.
Bro. Hey, don't knock on national champion Stetson Bennett. Okay,
no, I'm not. I'm just stop with the fourth, bro. You're just Stetson Bennett. Nobody cares about the three before you, bro. 28 of 40, 324 yards, 8.1 average, 3 touchdowns and a pick, 108.8 quarterback rating for the young man.
And giving Trevor Lawrence a run for his money with this immaculate hair. Look at that.
And the fantasy player for our Miami Dolphins, the undrafted kid. I like this kid, man.
Yeah, is he gonna make the squad?
That's something that Byron and I were talking about while you took your little sabbatical work phone call,
bro. People just can't read directions. That's what happens,
bro. I'm telling you, we can have a whole show on just
work shit.
Work shit,
we should do one.
As far as Theo Weiss Jr. Six catches out of 9 targets, 85 yards, 13.3, 2 touchdowns, 5 first downs.
2 tutties?
2 tutties and 5 first downs out of his 6 catches, with 5 of them were first downs. So that's moving the chains. He's got great hands. He's got good size. He's not obviously Tyreek and Waddle when it comes to speed and stuff, but I don't know, man. They gave him a nice signing bonus for a reason. Byron and I were discussing whether or not we think they'll keep 6 wide receivers or 5. I think they might keep 6. Byron seems to think they're only going to keep 5.
I think they're going to keep 6 too, bro.
I'm with you on that one, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if this
young... You can make a case for it, for sure.
I think they keep both of the Washingtons, and I think they keep this kid here to go with Tyreek, Waddle, and Akine.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. So congratulations to Theo Weiss Jr. for the Dolphins Fantasy Player of the Week. As we move on to the Plays of the Week, brought to you by the Dolphin Chronicles Play of the Week. All right, and our Play of the Week was none other than the clinching play.
Oh, rewind.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see that again.
We need to see the look at that. Whoa, look at that elevation and that impeccable timing. Guys, that is a hell of an athletic play. That is not easy to do.
No. No, because that's one of those plays that you always when you see it happen, like not the actual interception, but almost interception. You're like, oh come on, man, you could have gotten that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that easy, and he made it look
this.
easy.
Look,
That's
that's
just
the angle right there.
Yeah.
Look how high he got off the ground, guys.
Yeah. Hey, you got to make plays when you're trying to make a team, when you're trying to make a squad, man. So good for him knowing his responsibility was right in there in the flat, and he read the quarterback, made the play. Well done for that young man there.
One of two Ethans in our cornerback room right now. Who would have thunk it? We got two Ethans in our cornerback room.
Yeah,
two of them.
Two of them.
Two Ethans.
Right. We got an honorable mention here as Tara Edwards interception on Mr. Stetson Bennett.
Hold on. Sorry.
You can't put an honorable mention of a play of the week on a guy you just labeled fantasy player of the week.
Feels it. Oh, this time it is picked.
This one's good.
Nah, man. Yeah.
How can you not give the fat guy some love?
I was about to say,
big man. We don't fat shame on the show. He's a big man. INT.
Come on. Look at him drop back into coverage and whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop.
No, I always love seeing the big heavies making offensive plays like that, boy. Because they know they're going to get the ball. That's their one time.
Stetson Bennett giving up like 250 pounds trying to tackle this guy.
Run over by him.
Oh my God!
Look at it right here. Here we go. You ready for it?
Hey, at least he put his head in there and tried to make a play.
Boom, boom. Lowered the shoulder, and then he landed on top of him. That could have been bad for Stetson. Oh my God! Stumbling, rumbling, fumbling. Big man, INT.
Great play right there by Mr. Edwards there. You know that young man is feeling good. So props to him with the honorable mention on the play of the week.
He might never see a football again. Or at least catch one in his hands like that again. But
and that's the thing. Whenever the big guys get the ball in their hands, they know how rare it is. So they are trying to score.
Like Robert Hunt.
We're on the field.
Remember Robert Hunt?
They're trying to cut it back midfield and shit. Like they're just trying to make a play. All right, well, this is something that I've been looking forward to. I cannot wait for this to be part of the show every week. But we got our doo-doo play of the week.
Dodo play for
Dodo, the floppity flop play of the week.
Dodo bird.
Dolphin Chronicles Dodo play of the week.
Oh, I love the SpongeBob character.
So I'm gonna
love it.
CD Lands from last week is going to be tough to beat.
So I think, it's not NFL related, but I think it's the Dodo play of the week. The United States invented football, and it's making a return to the 2028 Olympic Games in LA. The NFL has cleared NFL players to play, and the quarterback for the national champion flag football team basically said he was a better flag quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Which could be true. I mean, Patrick Mahomes may have never played flag football. It's a totally different game. I don't, 100%.
But before we get into that discussion,
no, we're not going to get into that discussion.
The women's USA team was playing Mexico over the weekend for the gold medal game, and in the
campeonato.
Right, and I have the last play of the game. Team USA is defending up 21-20. They stop the play, they win. They score. Mexico scores, they win, and here we go.
So you set the table.
Mexico's in white, USA's in black.
All right, Mexico. How far away is Mexico?
Bro,
there's nobody around her.
How do you get a blown coverage at the goal line?
Now you see. So here we go.
Can you hit that little thing on the bottom right, the maximize the doohickey?
I can. Here we go. I think that's as big as I can get it, but
that's what she said.
That's what she said.
So yeah. So if you see, they're playing defense, and
that you call that defense?
I think the fact that the quarterback was like kind of going up towards the line.
Oh
blew up the coverage, but like there was a couple on the ground too.
So you see the girl? Hold on. You see the girl all the way in the back?
Yeah,
that's the rusher. So
That's
as she rushes, the quarterback moves.
right.
But who was responsible for that girl? Watch. So the rusher rushes the quarterback. The quarterback can move, but who was covering that girl?
It was
Not
the
a
girl
soul.
that's on the. She was on the floor right there. She was
That
playing
guy-
the corner position.
That guy
and
in the red with his
she was
hands up
covering-
in the back of the end zone had a better shot.
Hold on.
She was covering the flat, and she didn't go with her receiver. She just stood right there and stood at
let
the
her
1
go.
yard line. She just let her go right by her. Wow. Yeah, that
And
was
Mexico is your Mexico.
Yeah,
is
that's kind of
your
embarrassing for us to lose a game like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, it is what it is. It's flag
That's
football,
okay.
whatever. But
cut the girls some slack.
I'm not.
Who's to
stressing,
say the
man.
Mexican women aren't badasses? El
True that.
tricolor de Mexico.
How do
True
you
that.
lose a game you invented?
Huh?
How do you lose at a game you invented?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we've lost at other games that we've invented.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happened, but I see Byron's point as far as the football, but
Yeah, we
I think
invented baseball,
flag-
right? Don't we lose to Cubans and Venezuelans and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans all the time?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess
There you go, Byron.
There.
All right, so that was our Dodo play of the week, and that will be anything and everything. So people will throw stuff in the comments if you want to put your choices
Yes.
for the Dodo play up there.
nominations.
If you got any nominations for Play of the Week, Dolphins
Tag
Play
us.
of the
Yeah.
Week, anything, just tag
Yeah,
us on X.
I put
Or
my
throw some
nomination
comments on
on the show sheet, but nobody wanted to listen to me. Let's give kudos to that young man out of Chicago who caught 2 touchdowns on Monday Night Football. 2 very, very nice acrobatic touchdown catches. What's the name of the gentleman? I put it in the show sheet, Byron. Unless you deleted it.
Hold on.
Something with an M and then Tidwell or something. Man, impressive.
Mitchell Tinsley.
Mitchell Tinsley, 2 very nice touchdown catches. Do yourself a favor and look them up on YouTube or look up the clips from the game. Very nice touchdown catches. I like that kid. I think he'll make that Chicago team. And you know what? That Chicago team looks pretty decent. They might make some noise in the NFC North. We'll see.
Listen,
It's gonna be interesting to see. A lot of teams spent money. Chicago spent some money this offseason.
Yeah,
Johnny.
yeah. They solidified that offensive line a little bit with Joe Tooney. They acquired him. You know, obviously, Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson should be interesting to see unfold. But yeah, that'll be a fun team to watch, man.
Johnny, what has been my criticism of Caleb Williams?
His work ethic.
Well, I was about to say, no, he holds on to the
His
ball.
his black fingernails.
The one criticism that
The painted one. Sorry, I don't want
to. Was I thought his footwork was atrocious.
It was.
So I don't think you fix footwork. And there's another quarterback that I told you his footwork regressed after 1 season with a terrible coach, and he has not been the same player since. Do you guys remember who that player is?
No.
Trevor Lawrence. 1 season under Urban Meyer, and his footwork went from, okay, he can fix it, to absolutely atrocious. Atrocious.
I mean, I disagree a little bit. I do think you can work on your footwork. I think you can get better on that, but I think, yes, I'm with you as far as if you're getting bad coaching and you're just being allowed to have bad habits,
well,
it's going to be hard to get out of those bad habits.
If you have happy feet in the pocket because your offensive line fucking blows, then your footwork is going to go.
That is a very true statement.
Yes,
So, John,
happy feet in the pocket.
And that's why disagree, Johnny,
because he's running for his fucking life.
You can teach footwork all you want, but in the situation that Alex says,
yeah, their instincts just kick in.
You're going to revert back to what you know. So, and Trevor Lawrence has been late on too many throws. And you know whose footwork is even worse than both of those guys? The starting quarterback for game 2 for the Miami
Oh, I thought you were trying to say like he's gonna be starting game 2 of the regular season. Was gonna be
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
damn, you already got Tua getting knocked the hell out in
Yeah,
game
he's
1.
already got Tua concussion protocol. Come on, man. Moving on to
No,
the picks.
no.
Moving on.
Yeah,
He's got Tua in the blue tent already.
Yeah, let's move on to our pick'em section of the game, which is going to be an interesting, very interesting game that we're
Yeah,
going to be
who the
playing
hell
this
picks
season.
preseason games?
The Dolphin
do.
Chronicles game picks.
You ain't first, you're last.
Hey,
If you ain't first, you're last. I love the graphics and everything, Byron. I'm having fun with this. This is great. All right, so Byron, please explain the game to us, please.
So this is basically the dress rehearsal, kind of letting everyone behind the curtain as to how everything is going to work once the regular season starts. Next week, there is no preseason, third preseason game. Sorry, a fourth preseason game. So we'll have our season preview next week. We will make actual picks next week. But I wanted to illustrate to everyone how this is going to work. Each of us made 3 picks, different games, and we're going to keep tabs and tallies on wins and losses. The cool thing about this game is you're not trying to win. You're just trying not to lose. Because the person who ends up in last place,
that actually sounds like the Dolphins, not trying to win, just hoping not to lose.
right? So
okay.
If we have
Ironically enough,
if we have the budget, I'll rent a dunk tank for us to go to a Finns game and get dunked. But since I don't think we'll have the budget for such a thing,
you don't know. Our viewership could go through the roof, and we could start doing sponsorship.
The humiliation will be this: KSN will figure out a game to get to next season. So not this season, next season, because the results will be at the end of this one.
Oh, I love the build-up.
In Jets gear, and we will have water balloons.
I'm out.
We will have water balloons.
Jets gear?
For fans to throw at the loser.
Oh, hell yes. Hell yes.
So water balloons.
I mean, it was bad enough with wearing the Jets gear, but now
what kind of diabolical shit were you on when you thought about this?
And you will be holding a sign that says, "I lost the KSN Pick'em game."
Wow.
Let's do it.
Wow. Okay, whatever. You're gonna have to send me those rules and like some sort of waiver or something where I have to sign, because I'm gonna have to look at the fine print. There's a lot of shit that I don't like about this, but whatever. If it's fun and it's for the listeners and for the fans carajo, whatever, I don't care. But send me the shit in writing.
And we'll have listeners. We'll tell them where we will be. They can go and participate. We'll interview. We'll make a nice little montage. And
adorable.
Before and we'll play it, at some point, and make sure that everyone gets
a nice little laugh, huh? How cute. Yeah, that's adorable.
So the name of this game is not win. It's don't lose.
Don't
lose.
I mean, well, if you don't lose, then you do win. So I mean, whatever.
Remember, if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean,
that's it.
Cool. So I don't have to pick anybody for next week's games.
No, we're picking just out of fun, just as a warm up,
Our dress rehearsal week.
Yeah. So
I got. Picks, go ahead.
No, go ahead, producer. You can do this part.
So Johnny's picks are Cincinnati, Dallas, and the Dolphins to beat their teams this week. Alex has the Patriots, Falcons, and Rams.
Yeah, I'm actually picking the Falcons over the Cowboys, Johnny. So that was that. So how about them marbles?
And then I have Kansas City, Denver, and the Giants. So
I'm picking the Pats over the Giants. Yeah.
Right. So Alex and I are on opposite ends of that game. So it's a 2-game swing for us.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm going 3-0. I'll just call it right now, and then this is gonna be like a foreshadowing of how the shit's gonna go down for the rest of the year.
Right, and honestly, I can see Alex in that Jets gear just getting pummeled by
The
water
fuck you
balloons.
can.
Oh my god, that's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have a very fun year.
Yeah.
Again,
We
there's gonna
hope
be
the Dolphins are able to win so that it's even more fun.
you ain't lying about that, bro. Like, and to close out the show, we've already hit an hour, but just to close out the show, again, we're gonna have this new structure. Byron, props for all the work that you've put into this shit. I love it.
Yeah.
Everything looks great. I'm glad we had this episode. I
That
apologize
freaking
for
little
missing
dolphin
episode
character looks
one.
fierce right there, bro. Look
Yeah,
at
he
him.
does. We need some more of those on our soft ass team to toughen us up a little bit. But I love the way the structure's put together. I love everything that Byron's done to set this up. I'm looking forward to the season. I think we're gonna surprise some people. I think a lot of people are sleeping on us. I think offensively we should still be able to put up points.
I learned my lesson last year. I'm going to be a little less optimistic and a little bit more realistic.
I am being realistic. I just don't think we're going to be as bad as some people think we're going to be. Like some people think we're going to be like absolutely horrible.
Dead last in the damn division, or not dead last, but
right. No. Some people think, some people are saying that we're gonna be last in our division. So we'll see what happens. But I think we might surprise some people. But that'll obviously make the season a lot more fun if we're actually winning some games. So again, you can follow us all over the place. Again, a week from tonight will be our episode that will lead us into the first season game, like Byron was mentioning. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, smash that like, throw in some comments, some suggestions for plays, players, fantasy, all that stuff. Get them all in there.
If you want one of us kicked off the show, go ahead and tell us. I mean, we'll take, whatever. We'll take everything and we'll analyze and we'll reply. But yeah, we love y'all and we love the feedback and suggestions. Please keep them coming.
Absolutely, man. And again, Byron, thank you for everything that you've put into this. This is a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to this season. Before we get up out of here, Alex, let the people know where they can find you.
Right there on my little orange nameplate thing. Oh no, that's not my handle's not on there. Anyways, it's TX_TSB.
It's on the scroll at the bottom.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you to our super producer again. But yeah, that's me on X. Okay, or you still call it Twitter. That's fine too. Find me on there. I do talk a lot of shit. I tend to get a little carried away sometimes. Sometimes I get mad while I'm watching the game, but I'm genuine. I'm 100%. What you see is what you get. All right.
That is.
And this show is being brought to you in part by Bustillo Travel. Contact us for all your travel needs, and you can find me at Bustillo Travel on Facebook. Just search it up, and I'll hook you up. If you want to go to a Dolphins game in Barcelona, I'm your guy. Let me know.
There you go.
I can't afford it, but maybe you can.
There you go, people. Definitely check us out. We definitely give our opinions, and we keep it about as real as we can. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no fake. I'm trying not to cuss, but there ain't no fake shit. There ain't no fake shit on this show. You know what I'm saying? We keep it 100 on this show, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, regardless of what's going on with our Dolphins.
Yeah, the school-age children should be in bed by now. We can say a few swear words.
We're going to call it the way we see it, so you're not going to get any fluff from us. We're going to tell you exactly how we feel about shit. So
if it makes you feel better, I went on a curse rant on False 9 last week.
Oh my goodness!
Did you?
That's a soccer podcast. I mean, that's like taboo. Like you can't do that. But I can understand.
You get what? You get what? A red card? Is that a red card?
Yeah. He might miss next week's podcast if he said too many swear words.
I told Christian Pulisic's dad to shut the fuck up and sit down.
That's Captain America. What are you doing?
That's hot right there. That's something definitely worth checking out. As they mentioned, False 9 is also right here on Kendall Sports Network. We got Heat Check with all your Miami Heat stuff going on here as well.
Yeah, we're fixing to kick that off too, baby.
Yeah, we got the hurricane warning coming up. Hopefully, with this football season coming. So Kendall Sports Network. Again, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. For Byron, the super producer, Alex, my man, out there in Texas, I am Johnny Cruz. I am the Yankee fan. We will be back next Tuesday, people. Have a great evening. Be safe.